Okay, it's time to build my race sled now. Since Ethan's is almost done, I figure I get started on mine. Today's job, as you can see, front end blown off. And we're going to be changing out the stock plastic bushings in the A-arms. There's nothing wrong with them right now. With oil light ones, should last a little longer. These are Kimpex brand, got them from Herbs Industrial here in Lab City. So the issue with these is after a while they wear and crack and get brittle, and then you have a bunch of movement in the front end of your machine. So we're going to try to avoid that. Another job that we're doing is installing the grip and rip kit. Can't really show you everything, but here's some of the little air braces. And yeah, it's kind of hard to show who's in there. Gonna change the bumper to the same one you seen on Ethan's machine. I think they call it the heavy duty bumper, Lynx heavy duty bumper. And do a bunch of other stuff. We installed a rad. Really should have installed that after we done the front end work, but such is life. I'll go over everything else a little later. That's what we're at. Had the garage nice and clean before I started, but now I got tools everywhere. It happens. About Loctite out, suspension parts, you want to put Loctite on everything, because especially in a race application, everything will shake and rattle and vibrate loose. So all suspension parts, for the most part, got to get Loctited. So we're gonna change the bushings here now. I'm gonna punch them out of the arms, put the oil light ones in, and put it back together. Okay, so here's what we're at this morning. Yesterday, you seen, Alvin stopped over and we got the arm bushings done in the front, the oil light ones. Grip and rip kit is in. We managed to put this Lynx bumper on. The only reason we done that really is to have something to grab onto. The stock one doesn't really have anywhere to put your hands, so that'll be nice if you ever gotta grab onto the front end of the machine. And the tank is off, like you've seen in the last one. We got the fuel sock changed. It's been out, the O-ring's been changed, the sock's been changed. The vent that I talked about modifying last time, it's up here. It's only put in with one screw, and that kind of makes me nervous. So what we do is we just put a little bead, maybe more than a little bead of silicone around it, just to kind of give you an extra bit of assurance, because if something happens to this vent, you're gonna have some trouble. While the tank is off, we're gonna plumb it in. It gets plumbed into that vent. I got access now, easy access to the hot side of the solenoid, so we're gonna put on our harness for the Garmin tread. I got one here, that's the high power cable. Don't really like this cable because it's given me issues before. There's a little resistor inside this box, and on trip last year the resistor actually broke off, so this might be changed again, but it's here, it's made, it's ready to go. So that'll be going on. I've also got a harness for one of the lights. There's definitely prettier harnesses out there, but I made this one up last year. It works. What's going on? That'll be for the big light on the windshield. There is a light harness in this already that gotta go. This was temporary, just something I had on a bench. And it's big, it's ugly, so that's gotta be gone and cleaned up. One mistake I realized I made on the other sled is up there. It's kind of hard to see, but right there, if the camera will focus on it, is a spacer that goes between this A-frame, I guess you'd call it. When I done the other one, I don't remember that being there when I put it back together, which means there's an aluminum spacer somewhere under the hood of the other machine. So that's got to come back apart. That's a mistake. I should have realized it, and I never. That's got to come back apart, and it's got to be found, because if not, eventually that'll make its way and bounce around the engine bay, and it'll find its way to your primary clutch, and then you're not going to have a very good day. Ask me how I know. So it's coming right along. Really happy with the progress that we're making with it, and we're gonna get some of this buttoned up and put on, and I'll take another video later. I don't have a second set of hands here today. Andy and Danny popped over last night and helped me get the tank off, so I won't be able to actually film working on it, but I'll show you once it's together. So I'm pretty much done this one for this evening, and I just want to give a little recap on what we've done today, and I've had some questions about all the parts we put on, so we'll just go over everything that we've done so far on the machine. So I guess we'll start up here at the front. That's the Lynx heavy duty front bumper. We put that on last night. Reason for putting it on was the stock one doesn't really have anywhere to get your hands in. If you've ever got to lift the sled or pull it or God knows what. So this one's pretty nice. It adds some protection and obviously lots of places to put your hands. That's the skid plate. We put that on last year, just a Lynx accessory. Nothing special there. Simmons Gen 2 10-inch skis. Run them on all my machines. I love them. Some people don't like them, but they work for me. Spindle braces. These are from Jeff Crane, I believe. I had a question in one of my last videos on what these were. Just keeps these two ears from separating over time. Moving up, stock Pro 46 shocks. Revalved by Todd at TLD. We did put triple adjusters in it. Not that we needed more adjustment, but it is nice to fine tune a little bit if you need to. And I had them there, so I popped them in. Koala pieces, ice scratchers on the lower shock bolt on there. They work really good. They don't tear off. They dig up quite a bit of snow. Baja Design Squadron Sport lights. I don't think these are staying. If they do stay, this bracket will be changed. We put S1s on Ethan's machine, but I didn't have another set of them, so these were in the garage, and I figured I'd try them out anyway. The lens got to be flipped upside down because that's going to bother me with the words upside down. What else? Stock intercooler. We put the boost tubes on from Precision EFI, just for a bit of reliability. That come from Bose Performance. All Precision EFI stuff come from Bose Performance. Down in there, underneath the fan, is a rad. You put a rad in the front to help with cooling. If we need it, you can kind of see it a little better there. We need it on the last race. Probably going to need it on this one too if the snow conditions are low or you're on hard pack ice. So that's a nice thing to have. Funny thing is, this machine comes with almost everything already there to put that rad in. The ECM is programmed. Like everything is there besides the rad. So Lynx, if you're listening, put that stock on a machine. Moving right along, blow-off valve from Precision EFI. I'll continue with Precision EFI parts. We got a Precision EFI downpipe. It's with the two-piece design. It's way bigger than the other one, so less restrictive, hopefully less heat with less restriction. This is although it says MagnaFlow on, it is a MagnaFlow muffler, but SLP sells it. They pretty much take a MagnaFlow muffler and weld an elbow on it. So, and it's a fortune. But it's worth it because it's 10 pounds lighter and meets decibel rating. So that was a good upgrade there. Get some weight off the front end of the 4-stroke. Grip rig kit is in. That you can really see much. You can kind of see the arm braces there. Grip rig kit, the oil light bushings you've seen before. What else? Coolant reservoir cap is off because I just bled the coolant for the rad. Okay, we got a clutch kit from Andrew Milley Performance. He developed this kit last year and we put it in. Works really good. It takes away some of the concerns I had with the 4-stroke. I didn't really like the stock clutching, but I really do like it now. So that was a good upgrade. I wired everything today. I was going to wait for Ethan to come back, but I decided to do it myself. Kind of hard to see. I've got the lights on the front, the light that's eventually going to be on the windshield, and the tread powered directly off the hot side solenoid. So you'll always have power to that. 276 mount was already wired off of the accessory plug. I'd rather wired straight power, but it was already done, so I just left it. I loomed everything on the machine that I thought needed wire loom put on it. I'm going to show you everything there. Okay. Yeah, so I'll show you a bit more of the electrical. Just come up here, you can't really see because the fuses are all tucked away. Ground's down here. 2 relays. I got them taped because just with the vibration and stuff over time. Tape, just zip tie. I'm sure it could be done nicer and cleaner, but that works for me. This is that little box that I talked about for the tread high power cable. Trying to secure it is really hard. I might have to make up a little mount of some sort rather than just a zip tie on it, but because that's what happened to the last one, I'm thinking, when the resistor came off. So we're going to secure that a little better, and the front lights are just ran down here to a Y. Plug is there, nice and easy to get at. Going to zip tie that up out of the way, right? And just 2 plugs here, ran through the vents, pin them in, and got your light switches here. Right, that light switch is for, the camera might go nuts here. Those. And the other light switch will be for the light that's going on the windshield. That there is the harness for the tread. It's way too long. I'll shorten it once I get the hood back on. That's for the light that's going to be on the windshield. That's also way too long and will be shortened, but I like to leave myself extra wire just in case. Grip and rip bushing that you've seen in the last video. I don't think I'll ever ride another sled without it because it's like night and day. So that's really cool. There's a grip and rip eyes a vibe. I've ran these for a lot of years on a lot of different machines. They work really good. And set irons, side bars, just a little stronger than the stock ones. Moving along, I guess I can talk about the fuel system. That's plumbed in. Vent line, feed line, fuel filter. Put some quick connects on it. This has been done before by lots of people, but these flex fittings I haven't seen done before. Maybe someone has. I'm sure I'm not the first one to think of it. I just think it'll be a little easier if you have to get them on and off. I'm sure I won't. There you go, one hand. And you can loop the system if for some reason you don't want the tank pumped in anymore. This is a different setup than what you've seen on the last machine. This tank is plumbed through the top versus the other one. The feed is plumbed on the bottom and the vent is plumbed on the top. The reason I'm trying these is because if you have an issue with the fitting for your feed line, you're pretty much going to dump every bit of gas out of the, while you're riding, you're going to dump every bit of gas out of it before you really realize. So at least now, if for some reason something happens to one of these fittings, you might be able to retain a little bit of fuel in the tank, and then you can unclip it and pour it in. These were on the tanks when I got them. Not my work, but kind of cool. I am going to put something here. If anyone can think of what it's going to be, leave comment. And it doesn't count if I already told you. So something is going to go on top of this. And I'd love to see what people guess. This is just zip tied on, just as markup purposes while I test this whole system. I'll make a nice little clamp here, and these will be like, clamp like that. The skid, other than putting triple adjusters and revalving the shocks, and putting an extra track adjuster and billet box on each side, skid is completely stock. There's zero welding, as you can see, anywhere. And it's going to remain that way for the simple fact being I have not broken anything. I've tried. I can't. Not saying it won't happen. Maybe I'll kick myself for it, but I'm not going to weld anything. I'm not going to try to fix something that's not broken for myself. This I'll cover at a later date. You can guess it's not the stock one. I'll tell you what it is eventually. This is going to be really cool though, and I'm really excited to try it. The tunnel protectors, you can kind of see we silicone them up in place. Don't know if it'll stay or not, but a big issue is ice kind of gets up between them and builds, and then they hang down, and when the ice all comes crashing down your tunnel protectors come with it. So we don't want to do that. This bag will stay there. We'll run it. It's a cool little bag. It doesn't weigh anything. And you can fit a bunch of stuff. One thing that is missing is the saddlebags. We'll have saddlebags on right here. Originally, we were going to run saddlebags and a rack. But the rack weighs a bunch because it's made to carry a passenger. And I think it's unneeded weight. If I don't have something that needs to be mounted to the rack, I'm not going to run it. So there's that. We're going to wait until the racks are done to put the brackets on for the saddlebags. Going to tighten up this hitch, just in case you got to tow your buddy out of the woods. And I think that's it. In the grand scheme of things, we're keeping it pretty simple. A few reliability parts, plumbing some auxiliary tanks, and some maintenance work. I do an oil change, gearbox change. And I also got to put high torque rollers in the secondary clutch. Aside from that, this is pretty much how it's going to be raised. Just as you see it. So hopefully I'm going to go ahead and, oh, everyone wants to know about this. It's just a rag. Because anyone who owns 900 knows this goes right to your turbo. So when you drop a socket or a bolt or a nut down there and forget about it, bad things happen. But yeah, this is pretty much exactly how it's going to be raised. I'm going to go ahead and get the hood back on, get it buttoned up, and wait for the wrap to show up, do bid testing. I'm going to try to take some action videos, and when we do some more work on the other machine, I'll try to take some videos working on it. I find it really hard because I don't like stopping to do it. It's way easier to do it once it's all said and done. Yeah, thanks for following along. If there's any questions on anything, leave us a comment.